Hey everyone, Sam here at Model Chili Scale Models, and here I have Agora Models 1965 Shelby Cobra, a 1/8 scale die-cast model kit. Now I will stay straight up that this was kindly sent to me by Agora Models, and this is pack 1, so it's a multi-part construction, and because it's such a large model being 1/8 scale, you can sort of spread the cost over multiple months. So yeah, they kind of send it to you in sections. So this is box number 1, again, which has been kindly donated to me for the purposes of doing this video review. So yeah, I just thought I'd mention that at the start. So opening up the little promotion leaflet here. So just some images of the completed car, some of the details of what you'll be getting. So approximately 7 Ks. So it's quite a big model. Of course, it's got things like rubber tyres, metal body, and all of the details you could possibly hope for with such a large model, and some information about how they built it, and information on Agora Models itself. I'll put a link in the description to help you find where you can buy this particular kit, and they've got some other pretty impressive looking kits that cover a whole range of subjects. So you've got a motor vehicle here. They do a Terminator endoskeleton, and even things like the Bismarck battleship. So to help me build this part 1, you can actually go online and download the instructions, which I've done. I've just printed them all out by myself. So let's have a look inside the box and see what we've got. Alright, so we've got in this blister pack, looks like parts for one of the wheels. So you got the hubs and the rubber tyre there, and all the screws and bolts needed. A bit of a wipe cloth to keep the surface clean. A bag of exhausts, pipes and engine parts there. There's a mix of metal and plastic, so this part's quite heavy. More parts for the engine, oil filter, bit of an exhaust part there. Yeah, some more pipes. And that one, and a blister pack for, looks like one of the seat cushions, steering wheel, and I guess that might be the the symbol for the logo for the steering wheel. And here we've got a bonnet or a hood for my American viewers, and a screwdriver, and some other bits and pieces there. Alright, so let's get building. Alrighty, so they do provide a little screwdriver to help you put together some of the parts, but I think one of the essential tools you'll need, especially that I need, is a nice pair of tweezers, just to be able to pick up some of these tiny parts. So for example, I've just got a tiny spring here, and it just makes it a lot easier just to quickly move these about with a nice pair of tweezers. So yeah, definitely you'll need one of those, I think. So step number 1 is attaching some rubber pads to the underside of the hood. Looks like there's one that goes about here. And another one here. Now to attach the air intake, so I've just got to line it up at the top, and then on the other side secure it with some screws. So now attaching the hood handles, these little chrome plated handles, so it just slots into there. And on this side, I'll attach this hood latch to there, followed by spring, then followed by the hood lock ring and screw to put it all in place. Alright, so that's the hood done for now. So moving on to the wheel, the instructions say you need to soak the tyre in some extremely hot water straight from the kettle for about 5 minutes. So while that's steaming away, I'll move on to the wheel. Right, so there's the nice and hot, soft tyre attached to the wheel rim. And I must say that's got a really nice weight to it, the rubber tyre and the die-cast metal rim in the middle there. It, yeah, feels really good. Now moving on to the brakes, so just pushing the hubcap into the centre of this 3-winged knock-on. And now just assembling the brake pad into the brake caliper. And finally attaching the knock-on assembly, which has got a little magnet on the back, so that just clips into there and is stuck in place. So that's stage 2, the wheel complete, with a brake assembly, tyre and hubcap in the middle. So moving on to stage 3, which includes the steering wheel, which again is die-cast metal, so it's got a real nice weight to it. And just attaching the Cobra emblem there. Just make sure it's the right way up. Now for the exhaust parts, so these slot into each other. there. And as for the seat, which is nice and padded, and roll bar, again this is die-cast metal, so these will be installed at a later stage in another part down the line. Alright, so moving on to stage 4, which is parts of the engine and exhaust. So starting with the air filter, we've got this little plastic end piece here and a kind of a photo etch like filter edge, which needs to be wrapped around the circumference of this. And now trying to wedge it in with this other plastic piece along the top. Right, so that's one air filter complete. Now just attaching the carburetor. And here's another big solid metal piece, the engine block, which attaches here. And just adding to the exhaust part that I completed previously. So this part slides into here. And I've got these 4 parts here which correspond to numbers on the end down here. So for example, this is a number 2, and so that would slot into number 2 here. Alright, so a little bit of a struggle, but I managed to get all of the exhaust parts together and attached. So there's that assembly and parts of the engine complete. So on to stage 5. Alright, so another exhaust part. So moving on to the oil filter, so just having a closer look at this part here, which has got pre-printed detail. It's quite readable. I just can't really focus much on this camera, but it attaches to here. Alright, so that's stage 5 complete. Now on to stage 6. So similar to before, we're just installing all of these exhaust pipes. So just sliding this bit into here. Yeah, just repeating the same step of plugging in the right numbers. Alrighty, so there's everything completed. And just as a side note, they give you plenty of spare screws, so in case you lose one, you're not too put out. So there really isn't too much to show at the end of this initial stage, but what I have put together I've really enjoyed. It's quite relaxing putting together a kit that doesn't require much in the way of thought or planning or painting or anything like that. It's just follow the steps, put everything together. There are quite a few tiny screws, so it can get a little bit fiddly, but ultimately it wasn't too hard in the end. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it so far. And as I said before, all of the parts have a real nice weighty feel to them, and they feel quite sturdy and high quality. So if that's the indication of the rest of the model, then I think it'll make a really nice display piece. So a big thanks to Agora Models for giving me the opportunity to put together at least the initial stages of this kit, and I hope you've enjoyed watching. So as always, if you've got any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and again I'll put a link to the Agora Models website where you can buy this particular kit. And so thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.